Now welcome to a rewatch re-review of Andor Season 1, Episode 9, Nobody's Listening.
Correct. Nobody is. They start out by going to the Ferrex situation, where we know that Puck was interrogated by Dr. Gorsht. Dedra found out that, he was paid to keep the radio live, but he only met with the buyer once. And that we know that he revealed that Bix has met with him at least 6 times that he knows of. And she obviously wants to find the buyer, aka Luthen, and she wants to learn about Cassian and find out where all the stolen things ended up. Where did you steal them from?
Yeah.
Where did you send them to? Who was bribed? She needs it all. And then she gives Dr. Gorsh to Bix, knowing, I'm not going to believe you anyway.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad scene because if you're in that situation where you're being tortured and the person torturing you is assuming you're lying, even when you tell the truth, you're still screwed.
Yeah. I mean, they strap her down to a chair to listen to the sounds of dying alien children as a form of torture and to break down her mental state, which is terribly sad. The acting in that scene, the looks on her face when we can't hear it, where you want to know what it sounds like, but at the same time, if that's what it does, you don't want
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to really hear it, but I like that it's just silence and she just has to do the facial expressions of what she's hearing. We don't get to hear the screams.
Then back to Narkina 5, Cassian is trying to help Old Man Olaf. Old Man Olaf. He's slowing the team down. His hands are shaking. It's not looking great for him.
He's only got 40 ships left, though.
Yeah. Cassian is also monitoring the window. They know when the guards pass by the rooms, and that's when they choose to take their breaks at the refresher, because he and looks like a couple of cohorts, at least a few of them in the room, are sawing at a pipe in the bathroom. We see him talking to one of his co-conspirators, his co-conspirators, because they're paying attention to the fact that the rail must not be electrically charged. The lift and the elevator isn't, because they aren't wearing their special boots and they're standing on it.
Yep.
So it must be safe. So they're trying to plan out, if we ambush the elevator, if we stop it halfway down, they can't charge it, they can't hurt us on it. They're trying to make plans on what they can do to escape.
Yep.
We also see, sadly, Olaf's mind is also breaking down, as he's not remembering things he just asked them or just talked to them about. Meanwhile, Dedra has finished her interrogation of Bix, and she is looking in rough shape, but decides we're gonna keep her detained, though. For one, they probably don't want the people of Ferrex seeing her. But she's also, more importantly, she is someone who can ID Axis.
Yep.
We break to Mon Mothma, who is in the Senate trying to rally against Imperial oversight, trying to push back against... It sounded like she was going after some of the prison sentencing.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody wanted to listen. They're booing her.
Yes.
Nobody is listening to Mon Mothma. Nope. Because they're thinking, well, you know what? The bad guys in prison, who cares about their sentences?
Yeah.
They're in prison. It's hard to tell those wealthy senators.
Yeah, care about the people who
did
wrong and are now...
who've served their time and are serving it extra.
Serving double time,
yeah. Now we're back to Narkina 5, and something is wrong in the prison. They're having the day shift and the night shift are passing in the halls, as they always do.
Yes.
But something with the sign language they're getting from across the floors, something has happened on level 2. They don't know what. They're starting to panic. They're freaking out a bit. And Kino has to remind them, hey, it takes a long time for getting even a word or a letter. What are we missing in translation? You are better off keeping quiet, because you don't want anyone to think that anything is wrong.
It's like the telephone game.
We saw Vel. She came to visit her cousin, Mon. I actually think that after that conversation the two of them had, that Vel is the one who had Luthen reach out to Mon.
Probably, yeah. I think Vel has been on board for a while. Probably through Cinta. You think Cinta gets her in initially?
I'm curious. I don't know how Cinta got in.
I don't know either.
I don't know if Cinta and Vel met being in together or what.
Yeah.
But somehow Vel got involved with Luthen and was like, you needed money and financing and influence? I know someone else who's unsatisfied. My cousin Mon.
I like that she quotes Cinta from earlier. When Cinta basically told her, hey, we put the rebellion first. And that's what she's telling Mon here.
The rebellion is first. We take what's left.
Yep.
That she says the same hard things that she heard from Cinta.
Yep. It's the telephone game again.
Back to the prison, Cassian is bothering Kino, asking about how many guards are at each level. Kino refuses to help.
He's going home soon. Why would he want to risk
it? He's his term is coming. He wants a service term. He wants to go home. Yeah. He doesn't want to get involved in everything. And Andor's like, hey, well, tell me on the day before you leave. Tell me the day you leave how many. And he's like, no, I won't do it. I'm not going to tell you anything. Because he's terrified that the guards are listening. And Cassian makes some strong points.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah, we're cheaper to replace than droids. They don't care. There's not enough guards here to listen to us. They don't care. They can flip a switch and shock us and whatever. They don't care. Nobody is listening. But either was Kino. He didn't want to hear it.
No, he just shut his light off too. Just like Mon had happened to her. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Dedra's back in the ISB and she's got her moment to shine as she can reveal the intel she got from Bix about where all the different rebel pieces came from, where they were stolen from, where they're going. She was able to link Cassian to Aldhani.
Yeah, potentially, shaving.
Due to the shaven face coming back with money a few days after the heist had happened.
Coincidence?
The fact that stolen pieces, that they had the steer guard unit, meaning Cassian had it, Cassian stole it, he's involved. Too many puzzle pieces are lining up, so she's kind of gets to impress them all. They say that Marva is now being watched full-time as bait for Cassian.
She's too old to be tortured.
Too frail.
Yes.
One session with Gorst would be the end of her.
Yeah. Probably the end of me, too.
Back to Narkina. Both the day shift and the night shift from level 2, 100 men were all fried out. They were all killed for making trouble. They still don't know why, but trouble was being made, and we found out that the day and night shifts were all killed. Kino he's worried, he looks scared, he's kind of having a little bit of a panic, and he's just like, hey dudes, you gotta keep it quiet. Keep this to yourself, keep it quiet to protect yourselves. And Cassian kind of helps him, like, hey, keep it straight, man. We gotta keep playing it cool. Keep playing it cool, man. So it's getting worrisome. And Olaf is just having a harder time keeping up. He is struggling more and more, and you can see it throughout the episode. Even with Cassian and the rest of them trying to pick up the slack for him, he can't keep up, and he's losing his mind. He's losing everything.
Yep. He's dying.
Then I think we go into your favorite scene from the entire episode.
Dedra and Cyril?
Yep.
When he's
Cyril
like a stalker.
Stalking her. He wants to thank her for his recent promotion. And she's like, I didn't do anything.
Thank you for inspiring me.
The ISB gave me a clean bill of health, so they gave me a promotion. And she's like, I didn't do anything. And he's like, you inspire me. You show me the good. You show me how things are beautiful. And she's kind of stalking her because he admits that he waits for her sometimes there to see if she goes in the building. We find out that the ISB has caught a pilot. And we're going to get Gorst on this immediately.
Yep, I've already sent him.
Back to Mon Mothma. Tay is having trouble hiding a 400,000 credit withdrawal that Mon made to quote-unquote donate to the rebellion, and needs to find money to put into her account to kind of cover up what she has done because they're sweeping accounts and they're going to find this money is missing. He refers her to a gangster, Davos Galden.
Who just so happens to have a son.
We aren't there yet, though.
Oh, that's next episode.
Is it next episode?
Yeah, it is.
Next episode, then. We learn more about the pilot being from Anto Krieger's group and that they've revealed that there's going to be an upcoming attack and that they're going to make sure that the attack doesn't get called off by murdering the pilot now. They're going to kill him.
Well, yeah.
Make it look like it was some sort of accident with his ship, and they're going to send it on floating into the shipping lane so it gets found and it looks like an accident so they feel safe and secure going ahead with their plan. Back to prison, because this is where we end out the episode. Back in Narkina, Olaf seems to have a stroke. Kino calls for a med tech to help. We find out Olaf only has 40 shifts left. That is so few in the world that these guys have been living in. Medtech comes. Cassian and Kino are there to help. Medtech doesn't even want to know Olaf's name. Doesn't want to know anything about him. Doesn't want to know how many shifts he has left. He confirms that Olaf had a massive stroke and that the doctor can't do anything to help. The Medtech can do nothing. He's also a prisoner himself. As you can tell, he's not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
He's a prisoner of himself, and they don't probably give him the medicine to help. They don't care.
No, they don't care. Yeah, he's just there
They just gave him something to help him die.
Yeah, that's what he's there to facilitate, I think.
Those hard things they put in Andor.
Yeah, it is.
Man, instead of helping, he's just there to assist in the death.
Yeah.
That's it.
Get a new man in there. Take the spot.
Cassian asks him if he knows anything about level 2, and the doctor just dismisses him. It isn't until Kino asks, and the prison guard walks away, that he admits what happened. He says, hey, man that was released from level 4, he got put on level 2 the next day. News got out. They got a little bit rowdy, so they killed them all to hide it.
Yep, and now nobody goes home.
And so they're finding out nobody is released, nobody goes home. Doesn't matter when those numbers tick down. They take you out of one unit and they'll stick you in another.
Yep.
They just made the mistake of sticking him in the same place. And if they would at least put him in a different place, a different one of the prison levels, maybe they wouldn't have found out so quickly.
Because the guy's just gonna say like,
well, he's gonna say it, but what proof does he have at that point? I don't know.
Well, why would he lie about that?
And plus, he would know his way around the floors and everything.
Yeah, he would already.
He needed to be transported to a prison unit off-world or something.
That's what I think. I think they normally get transferred off-planet somewhere.
Well, I think they normally got to go home.
Well, yeah, once upon a time.
He used to be released.
But I don't think that's not happening no more.
Mm-mm. So then Cassian asks Kino one more time, how many guards are on each level?
Never more than 12.
Never more than 12.
That's such a good way to end the episode.
Yeah, because Kino has realized, it doesn't matter that I'm running out of shifts. I'm never leaving. Sad.
No, another fantastic episode. All right, well, that is going to be all we got for you this time then. So now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of the 9th episode of Andor Season 1. And let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.